Hello and welcome to the daily newscast within the United Countries special by the First Ukraine. You can find us at the frequencies available at our website firstua.com. Victoria Zabian is working for you in the studio. Thank you for joining us. During the last 24 hours, militants fired positions of ATO forces for 112 times. It was reported by Press Secretary of ATO headquarters Anatoly Stelmach. In particular, enemy used rocket launchers, tanks, artillery and mortars. Our soldiers opened fire only in return. Terrorists fire actively the bridgehead in the Baltsevo.
The number of shooting attacks on our positions in the direction of the Baltsevo has even increased compared to other days. For 24 hours, terrorists have inflicted blows to the Baltsevo and surrounding villages 88 times using mostly all kinds of weapons. On the direction, the most affected areas from enemies' shooting attacks for the Baltsevo district, which has been attacked by criminals from rocket launchers, Grad and Chernuhino, which was stormed 3 times by gangs and shot 4 times from rocket launchers. Illegal armed groups were actively firing in villages Popasnica, Nerivka, Zolote, Kamenivka from rocket launchers, Grad and artillery. Based on investigative information, terrorists have received from their tutors command to occupy the Baltsevo and provoke our military. For this, yesterday criminals have planned to bombard Donetsk.
The situation near the Baltsevo is controlled, the General Headquarters reports. Commandment is on permanent connection with Kryvbas Battalion, which is located at the checkpoint. Spokesperson of Headquarters Vladislav Seleznyov said about this. According to him, weapons and food are brought to Ukrainian soldiers' positions. At the same time, enemy conducts the psychological pressure.
In response to fighters' attacks on battalions' locations, our artillery has been applied. Armored fighting vehicles were forced to leave the field. After getting a repulse, fighters decided to use mental pressure on warriors, demanding to lay down their arms and surrender. At the same time, the situation in the Baltsevo district is controlled. Forces of ATO are ready to struggle the attack, and there is a possibility to deliver the ammunition to operating sites.
European Commission guesses that the ceasefire in Ukraine is kept in common. This way, EU supported the statements of leaders of Norman Force and OSCE. At the same time, in the ATO headquarters reported that from the beginning of the ceasefire, terrorists fired the positions of Ukrainian army 189 times. 5 Ukrainian soldiers died. OSCE can confirm only 3 occasions of ceasefire violation. They could not get to other places because of the shooting or because terrorists did not let them. European Union encourages doing everything possible to complete peace. New sanctions list of European Union Russian singer and member of parliament Josip Kobzon is there, and also more 18 people who, in the point of view of European Union, responsible for violation of stability in Ukraine. Also Kobzon's colleague, communist Valery Rashkin. There is also one of leaders of self-proclaimed Donetsk People Republic, Eduard Basurin, and terrorist Motorola, or native resident of Russian city Ukhta, Arseny Pavlov. Different so-called ministers, prosecutors, and other representatives of terroristic aiding the list. European Union has added also juridical subjects, civil movement Novorossiya, Kazakh's National Guard, and several terroristic battalions with their commanders. For all of them, the entrance to European Union is closed, and their accounts on European banks are frozen. In German capital, one of the main European film festivals had come to the end, 65th Berlinale. Gold and silver beers were taken to producers from Iran, Chile, Guatemala, Romania and Poland. More details about the results of Berlin Film Forum in our story next.
To make a triumph at the Berlinale great budget or big film crew is not needed. It was proven by an Iran director, Jafar Panahi. He was thrown in a jail because of the anti-state activity. Later he was set free to the home detention with the prohibition to make movies. Despite that, Iranian has made 3 full-length movies during the last 4 years. All of them got their recognition at international festivals. The last Panahi's work, Taxi, won a Golden Bear. They were shooting in particular with the help of the smartphone and a photo camera, and the whole action is happening in the car. The director couldn't receive his award. Iranian authorities prohibited him to leave the country. That's why his niece came to the scene instead. She was helping him to create the movie. The Polish director Małgorzata Szumowska has also won an award. In her film The Body, she told the story of the lawyer and his daughter that suffers from anorexia. She undergoes the loss of her mother.
Actor to
Charlotte Rampling and Tom Courtney got recognized as Best Actress and Actor respectively thanks to the film 45 Years. They embodied the couple whose relationships were crumbling during the preparation to the 45th anniversary of their marriage. Berlin Film Forum is oriented mainly on the so-called ethereal movies, so the film 50 Shades of Grey that was presented at the festival disappointed local demanding audience. The popular Hollywood melodrama was estimated by critics beforehand as the display of tastelessness. Viewers laughed at some scenes of the movie. Maria Kondratyeva, Alexandra Samoilenko, First Ukraine.
Cable ties.
DNA of Future Ukraine. This is the name of the common picture of artists who created during the revolution. The painting of 200 and 160 centimeters will contain different feelings and dreams which artists had overcome. Which symbols were signed into the DNA of the country? In our story next.
Kiev artists who worked during the Revolution of Dignity begin to draw a common picture. They want to portray their dreams of Ukraine's future. But why do we have our canvas for it all? Because actually we are dependent on each other. There can be individual future without common. They tune in and try to recreate memories where they were winners and remember these images. I want to paint my own image. There are gold coast sand, our blue and clear sea and sky. All these objects are symbolizing our flag. I deliberately join our symbols. In my future sketch I will paint an image of horse. It's a symbol of power, fortitude, esprit and liberty, and striving to realize all desires in life. Alexandra Kozlovska remembered pictures that she painted during the Revolution of Dignity on Grushevskoye Street. If we look at this work, we can see a yellow bus in fire, and all people around it are looking at this. When I paint, I remember my feelings and emotions in that moment and portray it in my work. One of the initiators of project, Igor Levy, says, "Pictures called DNA of Ukraine future. We are planning and place it to auction. Money from the sale will go to injured on Donbass." I don't know that will be the next in this war, that will be the result, but we do good work and make this world better. How this common dream of Ukraine's future will look like, you can see at 21 of February in Museum of Maidan. Yulia Dub, Yuri Anisimov, Kate Gladka, First Ukraine.
It was the United Country newscast by the First Ukraine. You can find more details at our website, firstua.com. Victoria Zabian was working for you in the studio. Wish you only good news. Take care and goodbye.